Hello everyone, Bridget Casey here, and I'm so excited to join in the January 2025 release video hop. Here's a peek at the project we are going to be creating today. So I decided that I wanted to use the beautiful Stencil Art Romantic Roses, which is one of our subscriptions. Here's what it looks like if you're going to do some ink blending. And today you also can get, the add-on die for that. I'm not going to use that today. Today we are going to watercolor through our stencils. I thought I hadn't done this in quite a while, so I thought it would be fun to do this again. I took out a 2 and a 4 brush, but I only ended up using the 2. So I'm using the A2 cut loose sheets from Altenew, and I'm doing the second flower there. So I'm starting on stencil number 3. And I'm going ahead and I'm starting with the beautiful tropical forest. I love that color. The reason I'm starting with leaves, oh goodness, it was a wildcat rodeo during this video. Both Dexter and Patrick, Patrick is the newer kitten, have made an appearance. So I use tropical forest there to do the first layer of my leaves. And when I pull the stencil up, I can go in and I can neaten up some of those lines if they're bothering me. Now I'm going to go ahead and add a second layer. So what I'm doing is I'm coming in a little heavier handed with the tropical forest. You'll see me push on the stencil in areas where I'm painting. That's to try to keep the water and color from going underneath the stencil. Sometimes it happens, you just make it look like it was absolutely a line that was meant to be there. So I'm just cleaning up some lines and adding some of my own detail here. In retrospect, I do wish I went a little bit lighter with that second layer. But for the third layer, I took some of the green hills and the tropical forest and mixed them together. And I went through and I did that, and I didn't like it. It wasn't dark enough. So I added in some rock collection and mixed that up in the corner. I should have been more careful because as you can see in that corner, I have some like orangey color, and so a little yucky. So now we're coming in and we are using the beautiful summer afternoon color, which I just love, love, love. And I'm getting that all laid down. Next, we will come in and we're going to be adding warm and cozy. And it was coming in a bit dark for my taste. So I just added some water and pulled that out so that I could get that lighter kind of orange tone. And that's the great thing about watercolor, is that you can get that lighter tone. And then again, I'm just going in and fixing my lines or fixing places where there was excess water, making it darker in some areas. And I really loved on that stencil how I did have some darker areas and lighter areas in that. So that's how flowers would appear in nature. So now we've moved on to the final layer and we're using cherry blossom. So I just love this color combo. I usually mix them together to create one color, but I thought, hey, why not layer them together to create this really pretty flower? So that's what I've done. And now I'm going back in. It wasn't as dark as I had hoped for, so I'm going back in and I'm just adding some cherry blossom where I think it might look nice, and adding those lines in to get the look that I was going for. And I am drying this with my heat tool on the lightest setting in between. I cut most of that out, but I'm showing you here because we're going to go ahead and we're going to put some splatter. It's the second gold on the top. I think it's enchanted gold. And then now we're going to use the sentiment from the Build-A-Garden Flowering Quince. I was going to stamp it on a separate piece of cardstock, and then I decided to be brave. So I've got it in my original stamp wheel, and I'm using Obsidian Pigment ink with the With Kindness sentiment, and stamped it multiple times to make sure I get a good impression on my watercolor cardstock. And there is our finished card. I hope this inspires you to go ahead and get out some of your favorite stencils, whether they're layering or not, and try out this technique. It's lots of fun and really extends your supplies. Don't forget to leave a comment for a chance to win in the giveaway for 300 in total prizes. Very exciting and lots of inspiration. Thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you next time. Until then, happy crafting.